Fridays are all about community and the great fellowship of people who play tabletop role-playing games, so let's get into some of the great sources and stuff created by some game masters out there. Welcome back, fellow game masters. I'm Richard Quiner, and today is the first of many Fellowship Fridays. So today, rather than get into something specific that someone's created, we're getting into a resource where you can find all of this great content we're going to be talking about, and it is dmsguild.com. That's right, it's DM's Guild. It stands for Dungeon Masters Guild.com. It's a website created for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, so there you can find tons of information and stuff created by other fellow game masters out there. Now, the information and things you'll find on DM's Guild, like I said, is for Dungeons & Dragons, so if you're playing Pathfinder and you want a Pathfinder-specific story or asset, don't look on DM's Guild. You won't find it. There's other websites for that. We'll go over those another day, but this is Dungeons & Dragons, and that's about it. So what are you going to find on the DM's Guild? There's a lot of stuff on here, and I'll give it like a 6 out of 10 in terms of organization and ease of use. It gets a little complicated, but what are you going to find? You're going to find adventures. That's first and foremost, tons of adventures. When I looked this morning, there were 3,418 adventures posted on DM's Guild. And I'm thinking that number's really low and that I missed a checkbox somewhere. But it's a lot of content created by a lot of really smart people. It comes with ratings, so you can look at the adventure, read a little synopsis, and see what other people have said about it and how people rate the download. Even though these are community-built things, they're not all free. There are some that are free. There are some that are pay what you want. But most of them, or a large majority, are something you have to buy if you want to use them. And the prices range anywhere from $1 to $20. It really depends on the quality of the product that you want to buy. All of the objects are available for digital download, but some even include a kind of print on demand. So if you really want to have that hardcover book in your hands, you can buy those on DM's Guild for some of the items. Not all of them. I can't promise all of them, but it's some. It's a very specific thing. One of the cool things about these adventures, DM's Guild, they kind of vet the adventures. They put the best stuff first. They give the great creators, the people who are really creative, more, exposure, we'll say, on the pages. They do have stuff for the newest adventures and up-and-coming things, but they do have a group of adventure creators who have been doing it for a long time, and those are highly regarded and highly thought of as some of the best adventures out there, rated per dmsguild.com. Another thing you're going to find on the website are rules. Like, the 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons has a lot of different rules, but doesn't have rules for every little thing. They largely leave a lot of that to the game master's imagination. But if you're the type that you don't want to come up with rules for things, you can look on here and there will likely be rules for it created by another game master. Like, I was looking just briefly, there are rules for running a tavern, there's rules for ship combat, there's rules for festivals and fairs and those kind of events, the actual rules that people wrote to say this is how you run ship combat. And it's really cool, really handy resource. Again, they're not all free, a lot of them you gotta pay for, but the time and effort that these creators put into it makes it worth it, and the information that you get out of it makes it even more worth it. The next up you're gonna find, the next big thing that caught my eye is tabletop resources, meaning you can go on there and find minis and maps and certain things you can download and print off on your own computers or at work if you have free printing at work. These sort of resources that are art created by other game masters for you to use in your tabletop experiences. They have cards that have like props and these sort of things. And they even have character sheets. We know the Dungeons & Dragons character sheets are not the most pretty or fantasy related, but they've created more. Game masters have made their own character sheets, and you can go on there and find them and download them and use them in your game. And last, the thing that I kind of look at a lot, I've went on there, I bought a lot of these things, I downloaded a ton, I have to go sort through them still, is the DM's Guild creator resources. If you are creating a story, if you're creating something you want to use and potentially sell on DM's Guild, which that's the whole thing, you can sell, you can create something and sell it on the website. If you want to do that, there's a whole section dedicated to helping the creators create. They have templates for adventures, they have different artwork that you can use. Most of it I saw is stuff that you can use only for the products you're sending on DM's Guild. But if you need to use them probably for your own home game and just show them to your players, like if it's a picture, that's probably fine. But you just got to be careful with those stuff, not to take them and publish them somewhere else. But there's a whole lot of creator resources out there for you, and guides and walkthroughs that can really help you build your world, create your game, and become a great game master for your players. And that is the first step of understanding the community and the fellowship that is tabletop role-playing games. And I'm using fellowship heavy-handedly because it's Friday and I really want Fellowship Friday to work. That's really the only reason I'm saying it a lot. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you found it helpful, or if you found any of the latest videos helpful, please hit the subscribe button. I'm Richard Quiner, and as always, thank you for watching.